Buongiorno, welcome back to the Italian campaign. Finally, something is about to happen. Minus 98 with Britain. That should lead to a war. I've been antagonizing them for quite a while now, as you can see by my unrest, which has gone up every single time. They do have quite the navy. Did they? Much of it is here, off the coast of India, probably to quell this rebellion. But it seems they're sending ships homewards. Up here. Wow, that's quite a big task force. So no, they're not at war with anyone else at the moment. Their growth has dropped to minus 1.5%. It was at plus 12 or something. Maybe that's because of their government type. They've gone to democracy now. They had a rebellion because of all their unrest. Or maybe the minus growth is just taking into consideration some of the territory they've lost to uprisings. Anyway, we're going to keep going and see if we finally get that war. At a press conference, journalists questioned the combat ability of the fleet. What is your reply? The fleet is capable at any time to perform the tasks assigned to it. Or it can take +1 naval budget, -1 GDP. There's a need for additional support from the government. Or we are working on modernizing our fleet so that our navy can soon become the strongest in the world. +2 naval budget, -1.5 GDP, and +4 unrest. This will lead to a war with Britain, but I think we're going to get that pop-up anyway. I don't like the +4 unrest. I don't like losing GDP, even if I'm losing less GDP than I'm gaining in naval budget. I think I'm just gonna take this. No, we didn't get the war with Britain. I was so sure that we would have another pop-up. Okay. 2 Pontier class DDs. Alright. Okay, Britain. Do I have to antagonize you directly with some ships, maybe? Maybe that would not be a bad idea. Send out the battlecruisers. See what they can encounter. Like so. These are new DDs being commissioned. These are Indomito and Irakuto class DDs. The Indomitos have just been refit. When these 4 here are being commissioned, I want to send them to Barcelona because I've got 4 new battlecruisers coming in there quite soon. Yeah, the Geo Scotti class of modern battlecruisers are just 2 months away from completion, as are the Capri class. The Balboa, 7 months out. So yeah, not bad, not bad. Okay, now we're gonna get that war, right? First of all, I don't have that much tonnage available. I've designed some refit for my heavy cruisers. The Farnese are all being refit. 2 of the Zaras are being refit. I didn't quite have the tonnage to do all of them. So yeah, let's march on and get that war going. Now we should get it, right? Sweden wants to buy DDs. Fine. No, come on. Do I have to directly antagonize you? Fine. I mean, Britain has ships sailing around outside of my waters. I've got ships sailing outside their waters. You'd think that would actually lead to a war. Why do they have that many ships here in the North Sea? This is risky. Now we're not going to get any combat on the turn that the war breaks out. So it's not actually that risky. Capri class done. These DDs, you're gonna go to Barcelona. Link up with the Geo Scotties. Give them some support. There we go. Now I can refit the rest of the Zara classes. Do I need some light cruisers to join in? No, I think for big battle cruisers escorted by DDs, that should be enough. What kind of big guns are we getting? Mark 413s. That's too bad I don't have any any 13-inch guns. Really. Also, let's see. Victoria has been refit, so she has the radar now. What I want to do is, even though she's been refit, it's kind of outdated. I want to just add her to this invasion fleet, the invasion barge and Austrian battleship fleet, so just in case they do get pulled into a battle, they have one ship with them that has radar that can spot for them. It's not ideal, but it's better than nothing. Okay. And there we go, minus 7.4. And the war is on. Finally. So that wasn't even needed. It was just wasted unrest. Do we chance fighting that entire big task force there with our battle cruisers? Maybe maybe not. Maybe not. Let's see, Victoria. I don't want you getting pulled into battle. So you're gonna be on low crew with the rest of that task force until I need you. Did I actually remember to refit the Zara class that I said I was gonna do last turn? I did. I just got worried that my goldfish brain forgot about it. Now, yeah, no, I think we can pull off a fight against these ships. Meanwhile, what are we gonna do down here? I need my my Pearl class. They have been refit. I want them ready to do something. My battleships, my actual battling battleships and battlecruisers need to be ready. I'm just gonna crew them up, all the ones I need, not the invasion barges, not until I actually need them for an invasion. Which I guess I actually do because I want to take Gibraltar. So let's just crew everything up. Alright. Let's see. Gaeta. Here we got the Donzella class battlecruisers. You're gonna go for the strait here. Let's see. You got the Daedalus class with you. One Zara that's already been refit. You can stay here with your sisters until they are ready too. Perla, San Antonio, Vesuvius. Cyprus, maybe? Let's see, these are being refit, the Zaras. How about Livorno? The Farnese class are ready. Here's the Dino and the San Andrea. They're kind of my fast battleships. We're gonna send them out here. Okay. The task force in La Spezia will move out once the refits to the remaining Zara class heavy cruisers have been completed. These guys will move out once I find out where I want them to invade something, which is either going to be Cyprus or Palestine, or maybe this. Let's see, what kind of army forces does Britain have? Actually, no, I don't think they. Okay, we're not going to have a situation like the war with France, where I'm just gonna lose a bunch of land in Africa because the enemy army numbers are just superior to my own. In fact, the opposite might be true. I might actually see my armies doing stuff, taking land for me. We'll see. But the interesting thing will of course be this battle here. Can we pull it off? I mean, 4 pretty modern refit battlecruisers don't have a lot of support, but maybe I don't need it. Let's find out. Empire of Japan is really admiring the power of our nation. They're actually just offering me an alliance without begging for money. I guess we can do that. And everyone likes me, except for the United States. There we go. That's not the big meeting I wanted, but it's something. I guess we can at least get a look at what the British St. Vincent class battleships look like. Not too impressed by their heavy cruiser. Dunedin class light cruiser looks decent. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, just from looking at the silhouette, I can tell we're dealing with some kind of modernized dreadnought. And a very ugly heavy cruiser, and a light cruiser that does look decent. Looks like a British light cruiser. Will I need my DDs for this? If we'd been fighting the huge enemy task force that we spotted, I would definitely need my DDs. For this, I think my battlecruisers can manage, and there might not be a need to risk my my escort ships. Got a range of 34 kilometers. Enemies not quite in. Well, they are in range. We are firing. Let's drop down to cruising speed. We should still be faster than most of the enemy task force. DD's just stay back for now. Kind of depends on what kind of torpedo range the enemy DDs have. 11.9. 7.1. Yeah, I just don't think they're gonna get that close. Let's pick out some targets. On 2 battleships focusing on that. I think that's the enemy battleship. Yeah, it is. On Bastarda and Vesuvio. Don't I have a cruiser named Vesuvio also? I think I do. So here's the enemy battleship. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. It actually looks very decent. And those 12-inch guns are probably Mark IV. Yeah, they should be, given how the turrets look. It's not a bad choice. Yeah, I'm not disliking the look of that. Of course, whether or not it's any good, that remains to be seen. What kind of main gun range do you have? 24.8. That might be down to the powder and ammunition choices. Secondaries have a range of 13.5. So those DDs should be in secondary range before we are in their torpedo range. There we go. Huge hit on the enemy battleship. Engines already out. Not too bad. And that is the heavy cruiser, which, yeah, I'm not worried about at all. Light cruiser, not digging life. So first skirmish of the war. It's not seem to be giving me any difficulty. We've been up against that huge task force. That would have been different, but I guess we intercepted this one that was linking up with the other one first. Let's have the secondaries ready to target that DD once it gets into range. That light cruiser is almost dead already. Because you had a torpedo, yeah, 11.9. I don't think it will get in within my secondary range. Just keep sailing in a circle. And I think that's the end of the light cruiser as well. No, it's still afloat. That should be the end of the light cruiser. I wonder if we can identify some of these ships before they sink. There we go. DD is identified. 24-inch torpedoes. Electric torpedoes, minus 65% visibility. So, actually nothing to scoff at. If it gets close enough to launch, I will not see those torpedoes until it's way too late to do anything about it. And 24-inch torpedoes, they're gonna hurt. Because someone asked if Brother Monroe would do something to make destroyers more powerful. in the Dreadnought Improvement Project mod, and he kind of has, because he has buffed torpedo damage significantly. As you can see, they do 35,500 damage, which is a lot. Although he did also buff the effectiveness of anti-torpedo protection, so but against ships with poor or little anti-torp protection, a 24-inch torpedo is gonna do massive amounts of damage. Let's take a look at the light cruiser. You have some armor. That's fine. It's got decent enough speed. Mark IV 7.4-inch guns. It's got 2 of them. Yeah, 2 forwards. Oil 2, gear turbines 2, radar generation 1. So they do have radar. And I'm pretty sure they got radar before I did. I wonder if the battleship has radar too. Bastarda, you can target that heavy cruiser, which has already taken a bunch of damage despite not being targeted. I guess those were shells meant for someone else. Battleship is identified. Let's take a look. 2 powder 1, pyric acid 3. Mark IV guns, yeah. It does have radar. Let's see, AP shells capped, HE shells capped ballistic. Okay. Why is that pen so underwhelming? I mean, yeah, they're only capped, not capped ballistic 1 or 2. Which cap ballistic 2 is what I'm running. And I can, what kind of range is this? 7.3 kilometer range. I can pen 20 inches of armor at that range. They can do 6.4. DD is still alive. See, cruiser also identified. Okay. Yeah, I think it took like 1 or 2 hits. That was meant for something else. It does not have radar. It's probably an older ship. Yeah, Mark III 10-inch guns. If they got Mark IV 12-inch guns, they certainly have had Mark IV 10-inch guns for quite a while. Let's get our thumbnail going, just in case. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more battles than this in this episode, but in case not, let's get a thumbnail going. Maybe not the most exciting thumbnail in the world. Let's see if we can get something better. Yeah, it's starting to take secondary fire. Did you have any armor? No. Vesuvio, you can also target the heavy cruiser. 2 ships on each. you have very decent armor, Mr. Ocean. I want to go with AP on the ones targeting the ocean. That seems to have been a good idea. Her tower is now out. Main deck overpen with HE on the heavy cruiser. It's because you have no armor. So in this case, its complete lack of armor is actually beneficial. It's basically an all or nothing armor scheme, except they forgot about the all part. It's a little bit and nothing. In this case, actually having my DDs around and just shooting this with 5-inch guns would actually kill it in no time. Come on, Antrim, can you just take a hit and die? Oh, Vesuvio is actually taking quite a bit of damage. There we go, that should kill you. That should kill you. Okay. Just the battleship left now. It should now have the attention of all of my battlecruisers. We got 8-inch casemates. And this ship has a lot of secondaries. We can knock some of those out. Maybe kill off some more crew. Or just knock through the hull and cause some flooding. It's got tube powder 1, but it is also picric acid 3, so it could explode. Meanwhile, Vesuvio I want you detaching and angling away. No point in taking more damage when the battle is practically won already. All auto. "21 kilometers. I have the Vesuvio kind of get around. What deck pen do we get at 20 kilometers? Not quite enough. At 30, we get 5.4 inches. And I think that was the very first hit we scored on this ship at the start of the game, was a main deck pen. Knocked out her engines, but they've been fixed already. There we go. That might be the end. Maybe not. It's actually a very reasonable armor layout. Thick main belt, decent main deck. Okay, the aft deck is a bit thick, but it's only covering the very aft bit. I'm just not a fan of their AP ammunition choice. It does not really have enough pen at any range. This thing would actually demolish cruisers, though. Heavy and light cruisers would be eaten alive by this. There we go. It sank. Not just the main guns, but all the secondary guns too. And a decent chunk of victory points to start our war with Great Britain. We are winning. I know. And we're gonna keep winning. We're gonna keep winning until someone gets tired of winning. Borneo. Oh, you have land here. I had completely forgotten. Okay. Borneo. Brunei. Brunei has oil. And lots of it. Well, it's per capita, and the capita is not that big. Let's see, 9 million barrels per capita for a population of 670,000. Population 30,000. 198 million. Which is greater? I don't know. I'd have to do some math. Invasion time. I want to take your little rock. That's my first goal. Here we go. That's the big task force I wanted to fight. 5 battleships, 2 battlecruisers, 8 heavies, 10 lights, 16 DDs. Would that be biting over more than I could chew? Perhaps. I think this is a better target. 1 battleship, 8 battlecruisers, 6 heavies. Yeah, that's what I want to try and get a fight with. 'Cause I think we could do that. Let's find the exact location. It's here, right? Yeah. And this huge task force, well, Geo Scotty's not quite ready yet. My battleship task force is ready. Aquila, Montondoro, Regina Maria Pia, San Pietro Apostolo. Which is kind of old and outdated, but she still has 14-inch guns. If I put this task force here, can you intercept those DDs? Mayhaps. Depending on how this goes, I might want to send some ships over to Asia to invade North Borneo. And maybe fight this task force in the process. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I want to send these to here to invade Gibraltar. Wait, where did this? Okay, you guys decided to trek all around Africa. Yeah, because Gibraltar is closed. So you're gonna fight these guys. And then invade Borneo. Meanwhile, you guys are gonna go here. Oh, wait, the crew thing. Here we go. Let's crew you guys up. And go to battle stations. There we go. Now you should be ready. Pretty big task force. I don't want them joining up. That would just be too unwieldy. Zara classes. You can just go here, I guess. Get ready to join up with the Geoscotties. Alright, and that brought my unrest down, which was nice. Now I'm bleeding money again, as usual, but I was able to earn a bit of money throughout the peacetime years, both by selling ships and keeping everything on limited and low crew. Let's see if we get some more fights. Republic of China offers an alliance agreement but needs a considerable financial aid to support its navy. 2.7 billion. And -1 naval budget and +2 unrest. We understand the problems of Republic of China, but if they do not have the money to support their navy, how they can be valuable to us? We should not accept. I agree. Trafalgar, Zealous class battlecruiser, 10 16-inch guns. 37.6 knots? Holy moly. That's a speedy boat. And that's another type of battleship. 14.4-inch guns. 12 of them. Endymion, that's the same cruiser we saw in the last battle, which was not very good. Dunedin class light cruisers, not too bad. Pathfinder class, maybe also not too bad. Let's see how this goes. Those are some scary capital ships though. But only 2 of them. I got 4. Alright, we're already firing. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna need my DDs for this. You have been refit with 18.1 kilometer torpedoes. Those could come in handy. Let's target some different ships. That is the battlecruiser. 31 kilometer range on the 16s. Probably Mark III. 26.4 kilometer range on the 14s on the battleship. Let's take a look. That's not a bad looking boat. Those are Mark III turrets. Let's take a look at the battlecruiser. You got... yeah. Also not that bad looking. I would have put that funnel up here just so it would look better aesthetically, but in terms of layout, this isn't bad. This is not bad at all, except those secondary turrets that are just in the way. I'm guessing one probably doesn't have that great armor. And I know that British battlecruiser hull does not have the best resistance stat. Its survivability is not amazing. I just hope I can get my DDs clear with my battlecruisers before they take a bunch of unintentional fire. Okay, 3 of them are clear. Iroquito. Actually, Iroquito, you do not have... yeah, you only have 1 torpedo launcher. And it does not have the same range as the other ones. You're just gonna go home. Okay. Big hits on something. Big hits on the battleship, actually. Let's maneuver our DDs and for a torpedo attack. They are almost in range already, so we don't have to get dangerously close to the enemy to launch. Let's see here. Torpedo range all ready. You're going to target the battlecruiser, you're going to target the battleship, you're going to target that heavy cruiser. That should be a decent spread of torpedoes. Torpedoes are in the water. And I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see what kind of damage we end up getting from the torpedoes. But at least so far we didn't take a bunch of damage on the DDs getting in here. Well, that could of course change, seeing as they are still taking fire. Torpedo hits, torpedo hits. 4 already. And we are not done yet. Ooh, you got very lucky. Are we gonna get some hits on the dud torpedo on the battleship? That's too bad. One will hit the battlecruiser. Also dud. But that was not a dud. 85,000 damage. For 7 torpedo hits. Sadly, 2 were duds. And those were the 2 torpedoes I really wanted to not be duds. Aimed at the battleship and battlecruiser. But we're gonna reload and try again. That battleship has been identified. Valiant. It's not doing too well. Not as much armor as the previous ship. Yeah, 14. Standard AP. Again, that limits its range and penetration capabilities. If it had had Cap Ballistic 2, did it have radar though? It did not. I think this is an older battleship than the one we fought in the last battle. Trafalgar, you've been identified. No armor! I'm surprised you are still afloat. And it's not using its great speed either at the moment, because it's just following the battleship. The torpedoes are about, well, not quite reloaded, but they're gonna be. You had a lot of pen. Yeah, I'm gonna have 3 of my ships target the battlecruiser and 1 target the battleship. Because the battlecruiser is way more scary. And it should also be a fairly easy kill. Once we can land some hits on it. 12.5 kilometer torpedoes. Okay, DD's almost reloaded. So we're gonna go in and try again. What kind of deck armor did Valiant have? 2.9. Trafalgar really did not have a lot. 0.4, 0.5 on the main deck. Yeah, I can pen that with HE. My ships are firing HE at it. Get my DDs a little bit closer. Then pop the smoke and launch the torpedoes. So far this is a damage farm. A little bit closer. 18.1. Okay, time to pick out some torpedo targets. We're just all gonna launch towards the okay. 2 on the battleship, 1 on the battlecruiser. The torpedoes should spread out quite a bit anyway. Okay, detach. All you go home independently. Let's see if those torpedoes are gonna be effective. There's the swarm. Let's see. We're gonna get a torpedo head on a DD, yes. It's gonna eat 1 more. There you go. Another DD took a torpedo. Cruiser took a torpedo. The battlecruiser seems to be missing all my torpedoes. Is Galatea gonna eat 1? No. No, I think that's it for torpedoes. That's a lot of damage. It means the most of the enemy fleet is pretty much sitting ducks now. Okay, I want all of you to load AP, because I was so sure that HE was going to pen this battlecruiser, but apparently not. And also you're kind of running low on HE. Maybe you can pen the main guns and make it explode. Cordite 3, picric acid 3. Yeah, it's pretty explosive. Let's see if there's something wrong with your bloody battlecruiser today. I mean, it would be funny, wouldn't it? can get a little bit closer. Didn't actually mean to get this far away. I was just busy playing with my DDs, who did an excellent job. 13 torpedo hits for almost 250,000 damage. That's most of my damage, actually, in just torpedoes. It seems the enemy fleet is not quite sure what to do. Okay, go auto. Trafalgar is Valiant is almost dead. It's not quite. Shouldn't need that many more hits to start flooding out. What hit you, Vesuvio? A 16-inch gun from that heavy cruiser, battlecruiser. That's why I want that battlecruiser dead. Come on. Come on now. You have no armor, why are you alive? Why are you alive, Trafalgar? There we go. That's what I was looking for. Main belt pen. And now scoring subsequent hits should be easier now that it's quite a bit slower. And then we can turn our guns loose on the supporting ships. Who's targeting the Valiant? Maybe you should start finishing off some cruisers. Yeah, I want 2 of my ships targeting the Trafalgar and 2 targeting other ships, and we're just gonna leave the Valiant alone. Vesuvio, did you take more 16-inch damage? Yeah, you did. Yeah, it is flooding. So that's something. They're not quite in secondary range. Oof, Devonshire. Should have better accuracy than that at 20 kilometers with radar. Kind of want to take the Vesuvio off the line, but also I know that the Trafalgar is almost done, and once she's gone, she's pretty safe. She can safely stay on the line. Okay. Do any of you have any AG ammo left? No, you don't. Although you were in combat last turn, so that did consume a bit of their ammo. Devonshire probably gonna die now. Reliant not really firing back. More flooding on Trafalgar. Vesuvio has her flooding under control. .5 inches of main deck armor. I can easily go through that, but I'm ricocheting. She's opening up the range. That might not be a bad thing as far as plunging fire is concerned. Okay, minion. Are you ready to eat some 4.2-inch guns? Just casually sailing inside of my secondary range. You're welcome to keep doing that. Trafalgar is flooding more. And should be a hit or two away from dying now. Minion is eating a healthy breakfast of 4.2-inch secondary fire, while not closing to within her own torpedo range. That is very nice. Okay, we can hunt down that battlecruiser later. Let's finish off these other ships first. I don't think the Trafalgar is running anywhere anytime soon. Phoenix, what kind of armor do you have? Not a whole lot. What kind of pen do I even have with these? Not a whole lot. At max range is like 0.5 inches. A little bit closer. Can we actually take out the Valiant now? Would be nice to get a get another battleship kill. There we go. Challenger is challenged by some 15-inch guns. They're really gunning for Vesuvio. Yeah, Vesuvio, I think I want to send you home. Can just sail along at this course while firing at the battlecruiser in the distance. I think that's what you want to do. Okay, you do actually have torpedoes. Some point. That's a different class than this one. Okay. Of course it is. And that's the end of the Challenger. Now I need you to actually focus on this light cruiser coming in to torpedo range. Not worry about the battlecruiser in the distance. Where are your torpedo launchers, Phoenix? Do I need to worry at this time? Perhaps. They are very slow torpedoes, though. And I am heading to outside of her torpedo range. You did not launch. Okay. I think we're safe. We are safe. Yeah, you're gonna sink now, Phoenix. In 3, 2, 1. There you go. Now 1 will target the battleship, and 2 will target some heavy cruisers. Just to get them out. They're not really worth prioritizing. I think that's the end of the Valiant. Valiant. No, she's still afloat. Just barely 3% floating. 2%. 1. I think, no, 2. She got it under control. It's being pumped out. Just a little bit more damage and she's done. Could get closer to these ships, but that would lead me away from the battlecruiser, which I also want to catch up with and sink, because it's a much more expensive ship than the okay, Archimede. I actually want you to target the Trafalgar now while she's still in range. And bring back the Vesuvio. She can just hang around in the background and fire off some rounds. And 1.4% chance to hit. It's not amazing. Archimede, I want you detaching and following that battlecruiser to the ends of the earth, if you have to. Now the U2 Bastarda, you can get closer to the main enemy task force. Actually, I think 27 knots should be enough. Yeah, the battlecruiser is down to 22.1. So yeah, you're catching up. That's good. I will just leave you to it. While focusing on these two. Sink one cruiser each. There we go. Flash fire on Carnarvon. didn't catch the actual flash. Poor Vesuvio. There you go, you can target Valiant. See if you can get some hits in. Despite being damage and stability is almost down. You did not have torpedoes, did you? No. Not looking too hot. And Carnarvon goes down. Are you still firing, or do you have angle issues? You have angle issues, don't you? There we go. At that angle you can fire. Quite kill that battleship yet, but we're gonna get it, and we're gonna get this battlecruiser. And just as I looked at it, we scored a flooding hit, which might be the end of her. Both ships' secondary guns focusing the Valiant. There we go, flooding it. Not that the secondaries are doing much. She has basically enough armor that it's not effective. Come on now, at this range, surely I should have enough pen. And at this angle, there we go, thank you, finally. Just the cruisers left. And the battlecruiser Trafalgar. Let's see. What's going on up here? Yeah, the British ships are not bad. I don't think engaging that huge task force of theirs would have worked out for me. Yeah, this is shooting fish in a barrel. Let's see. Like, that kind of works. Yeah. That's nice. And Galatea is dead. Dead? Dead. Andromeda is dead. Cumberland. Last one afloat in this group. And she will be done in a matter of seconds. There we go. Okay. Trafalgar versus Archimede. Archimede is taking some hits while I was looking at something else. Also dishing out some hits, but it's yeah, it's just over Pence now. Because again, she doesn't have any armor, and I don't have any HE shells left. But we can still do some damage. Main deck pen, and that's the end of it. Very nice. That battlecruiser survived for far longer than it had any rights to. But that's one pretty expensive ship taken out of the game. Now, who did most? The deities did amazing in this battle. Benedetto Cairoli, 6 torpedo hits for a total of 125,000 damage. Inequito, I sent her home. Ascaro, 5 torpedo hits, 78,700 damage. And Indomito, 2 torpedo hits, 40,000 damage. Now the winner though is Sanguinaro, 169,000 damage with her 15-inch guns, and some, actually 160 with the 15s, 9,300 with the 4-inch guns. Vesuvio did okay, but she got focused by most of the enemy task force. Archimede, not a whole lot of damage really. But she was the one who sunk the battlecruiser, so I guess that's okay. Bastarda, 167,000 damage. Similar to the Sanguinaro. Actually, very similar numbers. I think for their next refit, instead of increased AP, I want to give them a balanced ammo loadout. So they have some more HE ammo. And That's a battle. Monarch class battlecruisers. I think these are older. They are even... okay, the original Monarch. Very, very fast. 38.3 knots. 16.3-inch guns. Then we got the Monarch 1926 refit, 18.3-inch guns, but a more modest 31-knot top speed. And a bunch of these Endymion class heavy cruisers that we found were kind of useless. Pathfinder class DD light cruiser. Lots of them. Lots of them. Good thing we got the Farnese class heavy cruisers with us. But this is for the next episode. Hopefully we can sink all of this and then go take their half of the island before they take ours. Goodbye and take care.